Hi there, I'm Andy Hillier, and today I'm going to teach you some Paul Gilbert licks. I was teaching technical difficulties the other day, and I thought some of these licks were pretty cool, so let's do a little video on them. If I can play them, because Paul Gilbert's a ridiculously good player, so it's pretty tricky stuff to play. Right then, let's get started. The song is based in E minor. So this first lick is based around an E minor pentatonic scale. Very simple type lick, but because of the speed he plays it out, it's really tricky. Okay, so what we're going to play, or what it sounds like, is this. Okay, so it's just going up a minor pentatonic scale. You go up 6 notes, and then start on the 3rd note and go up 6 notes, and so on and so forth. Right, we'll see it anyway. Okay, so let's learn that lick. Starts with your first finger on E12, and then we're going to go to E15, then A12, A14, D12, D14. So far we've got this. So 6 notes, and then we just do the scale, but we start the next string down. So we're going to play A14, oh sorry, A12, A14, D12, D14, G12, G14. So we've got, so from the beginning, and then we start the next string down, so we're starting on the D string and go D12, D14, G12, G14, B12, B15, and then we start the next string down on the G string, so we get G12, G14, B12, B15, E12, E15. So the whole lick nice and slowly goes. And then we're just going to put a 14 on the end, E14. So if that's over an E minor chord, that would be the 9th. So you got this. Now playing 2 notes per string fast is really tricky with down and up strokes. You could do it with hammer-ons, or you can do it with down up strokes. Okay, so that's the first lick over E minor. Okay, the next lick goes this. Okay, great bluesy kind of lick, uses sort of blues scale and a little bit of the Dorian mode. So we're going to start off on B15 and bend it up, and then we're going to go E12, B15 pulling off to B12, and then you're going to play G15, which is that blues note, the flat 5. So you got, okay, that's quite a cool lick on its own. And then we're going to go back to the E12, and then this is where the Dorian part comes in. You're going to play B15 pulling off to B14, pulling off to B12. So that 14 is the note that comes from the Dorian mode. It's a 6th. So we've got from the beginning. Oh, and then put the G15 on the end of that. So the first bar goes. And again. And then we're going to play into the next bar B12, G15, pulling off to G14 and G12. And then you're going to play a D14. So from the beginning of the bar, back to G12, and then bend up G14, come back down, and we're going to pull off to the 12 and hammer on to 14, and then pull off back to the 12s, and then finish off on D14. So that bar goes. So the whole lick nice and slowly. Sounds quite cool. Pretty fast, he plays it ridiculously fast on the track as well. Or something like that. Cool little lick though, it's great fun to play. The next one is actually playing it over a D chord, and Paul Gilbert does this type lick a lot. He does these arpeggios, they're really cool. tricky to play, is string skipping arpeggios. So he's got this, which is, so it's over a D major chord. We're going to play 14th fret of the E string with our little finger, and then the first finger on 10 is going to hammer onto 14 and pull off again. So you got, and then you go onto the G string, so you've got to jump over the B string and play G14, G, pulling off to G12, pulling off to G11. And then use your second finger to play the D12. So far you've got this. Okay, then it gets into the next bar and we've got this, which is hammering on from G11, G12 to G14. And then you jump to the E10. So you have to move your first finger pretty quick. Okay, and that's quite a tricky little jump. And then we're going to go back down those notes. So it plays the G14, G12 and G11 pulling off. And then go down to the D12. So from the beginning of that bar. Then it goes back up again. And down. And then we get to that last bit on the bar where it's hit the 10, it's going to hammer on to 14, pull off, and then you're going to hammer on 12, hammer on 14, pull off to 12 and pull off to 10. So that last little bit on the E string goes. Okay, so just the second bar of that goes. Okay, up speed. Actually, I don't think it's quite that fast. So let's take the whole lick. It sounds like this. Really slow. See, I can't play it. Okay, so that's a really cool little lick. And the last lick I've got is this. I really like this lick. It sounds quite cool. Little bluesy lick again, using the Dorian mode and the blues note. So it goes E12, B15, pulling off to B12, then go to 15 on the G string, and then we go back to the B12. And then we're going to pull off on the G string, G15, G14, G12. So from the beginning to D14, back up to G12, hammering on to G14, G15. So from the beginning. Then we go on to the B string and hammer on from 12 to 15, pulling off back to 12. And then we're going to hammer on to 14 and 15, pulling off back to 14 and back to 12. That sounds complicated. So all that bit on the B string from the B12 goes. So you got. So from the beginning we get. And then you go to G15, B12, hammer on B14, B15, and then hit E12 to finish. So the whole of that lick, nice and slowly, goes like this. A bit faster. There you go, there's some Paul Gilbert licks, pretty tricky stuff, but great fun to play. Well, I hope you've enjoyed this little video of mine. If you have, if you could subscribe to my channel, I'd really appreciate that. If you could give me a like as well, and it takes a second, go and press that like button. And any requests for songs or any lessons that you want, or you just want to say hi, or let me know where in the world you come from, that'd be awesome as well. Just put it in the comments section. Thanks for watching. I've been Andy Hillier, and I'll see you next time.